After working with hundreds of clients, I have noticed this tactic that narcissists use, and I think it's actually one of the most painful tactics of them all. So, thank you for being here. I am Dr. Onalee. I am an expert at helping you recover from narcissistic relationships and really come home to yourself. I'm going to share with you the main thing that keeps so many people reeled back in with being with a narcissist when they know that they are done. The tactic is hope bombing. To me, it's even worse than love bombing because hope bombing always gets pulled out by them right when you are done, right when you've had enough. You either called it quits, you're about to call it quits, and they don't have any other tactic to pull out because you are so sure that you are done with all of their behavior. You're done with the manipulation. You're done with the gaslighting. You're done with the breadcrumbs. You're done with the discarding. You're done with the cheating. You're done with the lying. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done with the ghosting. You're done with the no change of behavior, even though they say every time they're going to change their behavior. The hope bombing comes out when all of a sudden they really make it seem like this relationship can work. They might agree to go to therapy. They might cry. They might pull out all of these things that they need to say to you in order to get you to stay. They give you this sense of true hope. They give you a sob story almost always. And so it makes you feel like they are being genuine. I'm here to warn you of this. Do not be fooled if grown men or grown women are crying. Do not be fooled when they agree to go to couples counseling and therapy. Do not be fooled at what they are doing and saying in the hope bomb phase. Time after time, I've seen this with so many clients over and over and over again. It's the same thing. Narcissistic behavior is very predictable, to be very honest. It's no surprise. Clients come to me and it's like, I've heard that, I've heard that, I've heard that. Typical, 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 typical. And to them, it's not, because it's not healthy, normal behavior, but it is the behavior of a narcissistic kind of person. And so you want to be so mindful of the hope bombing. What I say in module 1 of my No More Narcissistic program, it's 4 steps to recover from these kind of relationships. What I talk a lot about is that the only way to recover from this kind of relationship is that you decide you are done and you are not persuadable. You are not able to be swayed with your decision. There's nothing they can say or do in order for you to change your mind. And so that's when the hope bombing is not going to work. You're going to be hope bomb proof because they're not then able to say or do something that's going to make you change your mind. When you are trying to get out of this relationship for good and you mean it and you don't want to fall for the hope bombing, you have to decide 120 million% that you are done and there is nothing that they could say or that they could do. If you're not at that point yet, the cycle perpetuates and continues over and over again. Hope is the number one thing that keeps people stuck in narcissistic relationships. I would say the close second is scarcity, which they're pretty much intertwined. You only have hope to be with this person. You're not having hope to be with somebody better. But maybe you get to the point where you're so close to it and then they suck you back in. To get out of narcissistic relationships means you're getting out of scarcity. You're not holding on to one person, no matter how much of a physical connection you feel, or no matter how much you feel they are the one or your twin flame. You use logic. That's usually the part that's missing when a client comes to me. They might have the feelings and it feels really clear, but the logic isn't there. This person's behaviors and actions are not matching their words or what they did in the beginning. And so the logic needs to come into play. And to get out of the scarcity mindset that it has to be this person, that you have to make it work with this person, holding on for dear life to this person. It costs so many people their mental, emotional, financial health by holding on to one person. That is scarcity. Abundance is knowing and trusting that there are really plenty of fish in the sea, and that eventually, as you start to recover and heal your wounds and your insecurities, and you start to step into your confidence that you will be a match and you will only be available for and tolerate and accept somebody who's a match for you. That's the difference as well. It's not that you won't attract narcissists, it's that you will say no. You will stop painting the red flags green. You will be done. It will be disgusting to you. You have no room and no energy to tolerate ever again breadcrumbs and bad behavior. You're not in scarcity anymore. You're in abundance. And you know what? You're in abundance when you know you're worthy, when you deserve more, when you know you're good enough. But if you've been in a lot of narcissistic relationships and you grew up in a household too where you maybe were provided for, but you weren't unconditionally seen and loved for just who you are without your efforts, it makes it really hard to then really believe that, deep down believe that. And so that's the work I'm here to help you with. Really come back home to yourself, to your power, to your self-love, to your self-worth, having you step into the confidence and courage and the ability to say no when you see red flags, when somebody's condescending, when somebody's rude, to not entertain that anymore, to know that you have room to say no. You're not bad. You're not selfish. You're not entitled. You're not any of those things you may be afraid to feel by rejecting somebody. That's when you're in your power. That's when you're in your magnetism. That's when you're open and available to your soulmate. And I know that that's possible for you. I know that that's coming for you as you really learn to shut the door and keep it closed and have no room for hope, to not be an energetic match to the hope bombing tactic. So it's my greatest honor and greatest intention that you really implement the parts of what I just shared with you and to put it into practice. You can hear about it all day right now and listen to me, but you won't really know what it's like and what it feels like until you actually get out there and you experience it. So I'm sending you so much hope, so much love, so much confidence, so much courage. I trust you were led here, you were guided here to this video for a reason. There's a part within you that knows, like you know, that you deserve better. And I trust that this is part of the stepping stone to get you into your power. Have an amazing rest of your day. If this resonates, I invite you to continue watching the other content, see what speaks to you. If you feel called and want to do some work with me, send me a DM on Instagram at Dr.Onalee. You can check the links in the captions. But other than that,